All right, hi everybody, this is Ed puzzle number 17, and what we're going to do is we are going to talk about IXL S.7. It's Algebra S.7. So what you're going to do is you're going to have to graph a line using the slope and the y-intercept. So I'm going to be graphing this right here. What I encourage you to do, and what I want you to do, is to take some notes, please. So get some paper. Make sure you have paper to take your notes on. So here's how we graph a line. So the first thing I want you to do is you need to know what the y-intercept is, and you need to know what the slope is. So the y-intercept in the equation is the number without x or y. Okay. The slope is the coefficient of x. So that means it's the number in front of the x. How many x's there are. So, for example, in the one that we have right now, it's y equals, what was it? Negative 1 over 7x minus 2. So the, markers. Try to be ready, but okay. All right. Oh, he's serious right now. Like the whole screen's messed up now. Dang it. Okay, whatever. All right, so the y-intercept is a number without x or y. So it would be the 2 because it doesn't have x or y. So that's my banana. That's my y-intercept. That point goes on the y-axis. The y-axis is a number line. It's got numbers on it, and it has a y at the top. And that's the first point I'm going to put. That's my beginning. B for banana, B for beginning point. So the y-axis is the one going up and down. So I put a point at negative 2. That's the first thing I do. The second thing I do is I put the second point depending on what the slope is. Now, here's how the slope tells you how to move. If it's positive, that means you go up. If it's negative, you go down. And that's the numerator. That's the top number. The bottom number is how many you go to the right. Unless you run out of space, then you need to go to the left, and that's going backwards, but you always go to the right. So in this case, it's the one in front of the x, and so what's in front of the x is this negative 1 over 7. So because it's negative, I'm going to go down 1, and I'm going to go to the right 7. So my first point was the y-intercept, and then from the y-intercept, I don't go to the number negative 1. I go down 1. Slope is movement. It tells you how to move, not necessarily the number to go to. So I go down 1. I have to count 1 down to the right 7. And that's how you do that. So how do you feel? Do you think you could do the next one? All right, so on this one, I'm going to write it down. And the first thing, what's the first thing I need to do? The first thing I need to do is know what the y-intercept is. So my equation is y equals 1/2 x plus 5. So remember, the first thing you do is the y-intercept. That's the number without x or y, which would be the 5. That's my beginning point. B for beginning, the y-intercept, it goes on 5. That's the first thing. The second thing, what is the second thing? The slope. So the slope is what? The slope is 1/2. So because it's 1/2, do I go up or do I go down? I go up. Why do I go up? Because it's positive. So you go up because it's positive. You go 1 up, and how many do you, then the 2. Where does the 2 go? To the right. You go 2 to the right. So up 1 over 2. You only need 2 points to make your graph. Done. All right, this one. y equals negative 5, what's it over 4? X minus 3. So what's the first thing? What is the y-intercept? The y-intercept is the negative 3. Where does the y-intercept go? It goes on the y-axis. Here's negative 3. Is that correct? Is that where my point goes? No, it goes on the y-axis, the one up and down. Then that's the first thing, the y-intercept. The second thing is my slope. What is my slope? Negative 5 over 4. Do I go up or down? Down because it's negative. How many down? 5 because that's the top number. And then this one tells you to go which way? To the right. So do I go to the 5? No, I have to count 5 up because no, it was down because it's negative. So I count 5 down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops, I need to 5 over 4. Now, let's say that you have an equation and it's like this. What do you do first? The y-intercept. What's the y-intercept? A 9 because it doesn't have x or y. What's the slope though? The slope is 1. But I need to write 1 as a fraction. How do I write 1 as a fraction? Over 1. That is, so it's positive. You go up 1 and 1 to the right. That's how you're supposed to do that. If you have any questions, please let me know. The IXL is what counts for attendance. And then you will have a test the next time I see you. So make sure it'll be test number 2. Make sure you are prepared because it's going to be like this. Bye.